Hello students, so welcome back to our discourse analysis class, and we will continue the discussions. Previously it was about how to develop cohesions in a discourse with me, Paviv Ikhwan Muslimin. So previously I have discussed about some items that can be used to develop cohesions in a discourse, like reference, lexical cohesions, and collocations, and today we will discuss the rest of them. Okay, so firstly, we will recall what we have understood about cohesions. So cohesions here is a grammatical and lexical linking within a text or sentence that holds a text together and gives its meaning. So there is a kind of change or something that creates a text are connected to each other. So between sentence to sentence, word with words, or how the ideas are developed together in a good link. Another idea by Baldrige 2012, cohesion refers to the relationship between items in a text such as word, phrases, and clause, and other items such as pronouns, conjunctions, and we have discussed about it in the previous video. The next item that can be used to develop cohesions in a discourse is conjunctions. So what is conjunctions? Take a look at the picture. So when you take a look at this picture, you will remember something that can be used to stick one thing to another thing or to connect one thing to another thing. This is about glue. So conjunctions is the glue in a sentence. So based on this idea, conjunction refers to words such as and, however, finally, in conclusions, they join phrases, clauses, or sections of the text in such a way that they express the logical semantic relationship between them. So when you have some ideas, of course, they should be connected each other. A sentence with another sentence, they should be linked correctly. That's why you have to use what is called as conjunctions. There are some types of conjunctions according to Martin and Roos 2007. So when you have one idea and you'd like to add another idea in a similar way or similar directions, you can use additive conjunctions like and, or, moreover, in additions. But if you'd like to compare something, one idea with another idea, you have to use another conjunctions which is called as comparative conjunctions, like whereas, but, on the other hand, likewise, and equally. When you would like to tell an idea which is employing something related to time, so you can use temporal conjunctions like while, when, after, meanwhile, then, finally, and at the same time. When it is talking about something that as a consequence of other or something as the impact of something else, you can use consequential conjunctions like that, because, since, thus, if, therefore, in conclusions, and in this way. So those all conjunctions can be used to link one idea in a sentence with another idea in another sentences. The next one, another cohesions item that can be used to link one idea with another, is substitutions. Baldrige say it is about the process of using form to substitute another language, item, phrase, or group. So just like in a football match, you have one player as a substitution of another player. So there are some purpose on that based on the coach ideas. Baldrige say that it can involve substituting an item for a noun. Just like in this example, try reading this book. That one's not very good. So here the word book is not repeated, but the word book is changed with one in the second sentence. There are some reasons why, because the first is try to avoid the boredom of the reader, so the author like to create joy in reading these sentences. And also on the other hand, it's also used to refer to a same thing. That's why the author changed book as noun with one as a representation of noun. Another example here is there is a new restaurant on my street, but I've never eaten at the restaurant. So when you take a look at this sentence, the word restaurants is repeated twice and it creates not pleasant reading. That's why, because it's talking about place, so the author tried to change restaurant with the other word like there. So it becomes there is new restaurants on my street, but I've never eaten there. Another example, like a pen is needed to fill out the form, but I don't have a pen. So again and again the word pen is repeated. So because it is about noun, about something, so the author changed the pen with one. A pen is needed to fill out the form, but I don't have one. The next items that can be used to develop cohesions is ellipsis. Paltridge say it is about omitting some elements from a text which they can be recovered by referring to a preceding element in a text. Sometimes in a talk or conversations or maybe in a dialogue, sometimes no need for you to repeat the idea of the questions that is asked by the speaker. Just like a dialogue between announcer and a caller here. So the announcer say, Gary, what did you want to say to Allison tonight? So the caller say that I'm very sorry for the fight we had the other night. The announcer say again, what was the over? Caller say something rather silly actually. So there are some parts of sentences which are omitted by the caller, like I want to say, because the question is about Gary, what did you want to say? So it's actually about asking about what do you say. So that's why the caller didn't repeat the word I want to say, because the announcer already understood that he is asking questions. And also about the second questions, what was the offer? So the caller, of course, would like to answer correctly, but he and the announcer already understood that they are talking about the conditions of the fight that happened last night and it was over. That's why the caller only would like to reply with the feeling or impressions toward what happened last night. That is about something rather silly actually. So we have learned there are three strategies that may help to create cohesions here, and the last is ellipsis. Again and again, ellipsis is about omitting something which already been understood by looking at the previous expressions, just like this example. We went for a walk and we took some lovely photographs. That is the actual sentence, but we here is not repeated and it is omitted because it's already been understood that there is a talk about us, not about one person only. And the second sentence, do you want to stay in or do you want to go out tonight? So there are two sentences there actually, but the expressions do you want to is omitted because the idea is the same with the first sentence. So this is the end of our discussions about the rest of items that can be used to develop cohesions in discourse. So keep learning discourse analysis so you can try to analyze the actual expressions or actual English usage in your neighborhood to use these kinds of theory. Keep learning. See you later.